Hello, everyone. I recently had a session that had an interesting transcript that I wanted to share with you all today. So I wrote them down and I'm going to share what I discovered, which was very interesting. So I've researched out there on Galactic Federation and Galactic Councils or Earth ambassadors, and let's call this person my client Dave. Dave came to me, wanted to do a session. We sorted out all his questions in the beginning of the session, but then there was room for some exploratory. So he wanted to ask some questions and he allowed me to ask some questions. So one of the questions that I asked was, am I a part of the Galactic Federation? Is this something that you can answer? So if you've seen in my previous video that I felt like I was visited by other beings, I don't know, I can't confirm anything, but definitely was otherworldly. So I asked this question, and Dave's higher self, because at this point I'm talking to Dave's higher self, he said, that I cannot answer. You're a part of something big, referring to me. Then I asked, something out of this world? And Dave said, yes, something out of this world. It might be, but it's something big. So Dave's higher self is not quite sure. So I asked more questions. I asked if I'm on a mission of some sort. I mean, we're all on a mission of life, but it felt a little bit more, it feels like it's a mission that really has to get done. So Dave says, you came here to help. You are one of the messengers. Then I asked, here's a little backstory first. So years ago, I did a meditation, which I thought it was a meditation, and I felt as if I floated up to a spacecraft and I was walking down a corridor of this spacecraft with a colleague. Was wearing a white jumpsuit, and this colleague looked very extraterrestrial. And he kind of reminded me of Worf from Star Trek, kind of like that big personality. So we entered a control room, like a control center. And there were beings all around this table, and the table had holographic images, and they were planning. So that was my meditation. And it felt so real and so lucid. That's why I asked this question. Years ago, I did what I thought was a meditation, and I was in a control room where I was planning something. Was that right? Dave's higher self confidently, very, very confidently said yes. And then I asked, was I wearing a uniform? Because I wanted to see if we had the same image in mind. Confidently, once again, said yes. Then Dave said, you were a part of a round table. I don't know, it's a round table. He couldn't tell me anything else. He just knows that it was something round, which I just explained to you that that's what I saw. So I asked, I told him, I know exactly what you were talking about. There were different beings around the table. And Dave's higher self said, yes. So something to know about my sessions, after the client goes under, it becomes a very back and forth conversation as if the person is wide awake. So Dave's higher self says, it was like a peaceful, seems like a meeting, peaceful. You will get to see that again. Dave's higher self said that. Then I asked, is there a message that they want to give me that I'm not getting? Dave responded, open up more with them. They want you to see them, but you are afraid. I giggled because I am terrified. I think anybody would be terrified if they saw another being that wasn't like them, but communicating as a human would. Uh, Dave's higher self said, don't be. It may be a little scary, but you will be okay. Honestly, I instantly got chills because it was a sense of deep knowingness. Like I knew I was right about something, that feeling in your gut, but you weren't too sure because you might feel like, well, maybe that was just like a dream or something. So I told Dave's higher self that it's terrifying for me because, like I said, it's terrifying to see an image of a being that you've never seen before. And Dave said, ask them to show you a beautiful light, to come in a beautiful light so that I won't get scared. Can I ask them to come in human form? And Dave said, yes, you can, but you said you're terrified. Let them come in light form, just light. Now I stopped to think about it and I'm like, okay, yeah, if they came in human form, I might freak out because imagine you just walking into your house and all of a sudden you see some person standing there. So yeah, you're going to freak out. So I understand why Dave would say that I would be terrified. And then I asked, because I don't like things popping out of places. So I asked, so no popping out of anywhere. Dave said, no popping out of anywhere. Just ask them to show themselves in a beautiful light. I also asked, a few months ago, I was terrified to go into my living room. Is that why? So a little backstory. I got up to go to the kitchen, and on my way to the kitchen, there's my living room. But for some reason, I was petrified to go through my living room. First of all, it was really dark, but there was a sense of fear. I didn't see anything, but I had a real deep sense of fear, like someone was in my living room. I could feel it. Actually, it felt like two people or beings or something was in my living room. So I had that feeling. So that's why I asked this question. Were they in my living room? And the answer was yes. Dave's higher self said, yes, you could have asked them to show themselves in the light. You would have been okay. Now, I didn't know that at the time. And at the time, I wasn't in the right place of mind to receive guests. So I was terrified. But now I am a little more open. I'm open mentally. I don't think I'm there visually just yet, but there have been times where I could see things with my third eye, but not with my regular eyes, which is kind of interesting. So I wanted to share that story with you. This was from a hypnosis session that I did. Now, if you have any comments or if you have had a situation like this happen to you before, please comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if something paranormal has ever happened to you in your own home or outside of your home. Remember to drink lots of water and breathe in that divine life force energy. Thank you for visiting the Realm of Prosperity. Please subscribe. Wishing you all abundance and prosperity.